Here is a few things I'd want to see in Generation 10 Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. The next wish is a want that will never actually exist, like ever. It's not a dream of mine. It's been an almost 20-year joke I've had with friends and family. It's a joke I'm sure everyone has made at some point, and that is an evolution for Weezing. No, not a mega evolution or a regional form, but a proper third stage. Though I will point out I adore a Galarian Weezing, Doug Dimmadouble. So many Pokemon names are just what they are, or puns of what they are. Koffing and Weezing stood out because their names are verbs of what they cause and what they do. They are poisonous balloons of smog in the shape of noxious gas molecules, while also looking tumorous, or in the case of Weezing, a tumorous, mutated, and suffering creature. In the anime, Koffing has a gravelly voice and abruptly erupts its name like a cough, and Weezing is wheezy and wheezes out its name. It makes you wonder, what is the next step for the floating tumors? What is the next evolution? What is the next stage of their suffering? The answer, of course, is emphysema. It's spelled this way because of the naming convention of the other two, and because back then there was a 10-character limit on Pokemon names. Just as Koffing would evolve into Weezing, Weezing would further develop into emphysema. Like its previous forms, emphysema would be a poison type with levitate because it is floating. However, due to its worsened condition, it would now be equipped with an iron lung in its design, granting it a partial steel typing. Yes, it would be a poison steel dual type with levitate, a particularly toxic combination. You aren't going to be able to hit its quad weakness to ground without circumventing its levitate ability, so its only type weakness is fire. It trades its resistance to fighting for a psychic neutrality, which is honestly helpful since the Koffing line is more physically defensive as a counterpart to the more specially defensive Grimer line. It gains resistances to normal, flying, rock, steel, ice, and dragon. It already resisted bug, grass, and fairy, so now it can care even less about attacks from them. Poison is bumped up from a resist to an immunity. Thinking about emphysema in 2026, it would continue the evolutionary line's trend, where defense is the highest of its stats, attack is slightly higher than special attack, special defense is bad, and abysmal HP and speed. The ratio would be about the same, just higher from evolving. The low speed might be less troublesome since stab, gyro ball, and some steel type moves would be gained, like how Galarian Weezing gained fairy moves for its moveset. It would just do Weezing things but better because of the better typing. It still only has pain split for recovering, and can still set up toxic spikes. I'd say that it sucks that fire types that were already immune to Weezing's Will-O-Wisp burns are also the same ones that can target your soul weakness, again, assuming levitate is active. It resists stealth rock now, so that does help it reduce the chip damage it would take. It's a good time to mention that emphysema cannot learn or use defog. Galarian Weezing eats pollutants and expels air, which purifies it, hence why it can use defog in-game. Cantonian variants of the species consume, mix, convert, and intensify the pollutants into more pollutants. That's why they don't learn defog. By extension, emphysema can't learn defog as an evolution of Cantonian Weezing. The iron lung's respiration increasing properties would only help spread the smog faster and further. The corrosive gas would likely leach metals from the iron lung and pump smog with metallic particles like lead, mercury, arsenic, cadmium, and other horrible pollutants into the air. Overall, this would be a good thing because Galarian Weezing gets to keep its niche as a Weezing with defog that uses its special attack more. Emphysema sacrifices defog utility to double down on what Cantonian Weezing already does. Let me know what you think and what wishes you have for Generation 10 or a future generation in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you some other time. Bye!